Welcome to the Alchemy Lounge. I'm Babs, your emotional alchemist. So, this is my first episode, and I figured let me take this opportunity to introduce myself and also introduce the podcast and the subject matter that we'll be focusing on. Um, like I said, I'm Babs, the emotional alchemist. As you can see from my background, I am an auntie to some very artistic babies. So yeah, my wall is it's an exhibition hall for their artwork, and I hope one day I'll make millions from selling this artwork. Bidding is welcome, bidders are welcome. Let's hear how much you're offering for the beautiful art pieces on my wall. Okay, enough about the anti stuff. So I want to focus this podcast on menopause. You know, it's important that we discuss menopause and the context of menopause in the African society, in the life of an African woman who is navigating life in the modern world, but still bound by African traditions and culture. So I'm hoping this is going to be very interesting. So now you are probably wondering what gives me the authority to talk about menopause. Well, I am menopausal. I know I don't look like I'm menopausing. I don't know what menopausing is supposed to look like, but I have a feeling and I believe that I don't look like it. But anyway, so a background, I have to give you a background story to why I'm a self-proclaimed guru in the issues of menopause. One, I am menopausal, like I said. So my menopause started on the 6th of October 2016. There's a specific date and year for me because that's when I had a hysterectomy. So, the moment your uterus is removed, immediately there's no perimenopause, there's no preparation, there's no warning signs or anything. It's instant menopause. Pa. So now I have experienced, I'm still experiencing, let me not say it like it's no longer happening. I'm still experiencing these things. There is the glow moments. I choose to call them glow moments. I think hot flashes sounds very nasty, To me, at least, it doesn't affirm life because I'm still a living being even with menopause. So I call them glow moments. They are my glow times, and I glow quite a lot, quite often, more often than you would think. And I have experienced the hormonal imbalance, not knowing whether I am happy or I'm sad or my body is feeling this way or that way. So much going on in my body. It's like I'm living with an alien body, or I don't want to say in an alien body. It's like I'm living with an alien body, because yo it's just crazy the things that I go through. I have cravings sometimes, weird cravings, and sometimes I just don't feel like eating anything, and sometimes I just want to cry. And of course, there are times when I'm so angry with the world, then I'm anxious. Then, if you are in a relationship, if you're married, if you don't divorce during menopause, you are never going to divorce your dude. Believe me. And interestingly, I actually divorced my husband after my menopause. So I don't know, can I say it has to do with menopause? Or maybe the menopause was empowering. Who knows? It probably empowered me to be like, no, I'm not taking any bullshit from anyone's son. I'm done. Then we parted ways. And sometimes you just want to be hugged and be loved and be fed. I don't know, and whatever. And sometimes I just don't want anyone near me. I want to be in my own space. I can't stand other people and everything. It's interesting, you know. It's quite a journey that we are not prepared for. Life does not prepare you for this. When we are growing up, nobody prepares us for this. And half the time, let me not say half the time, most of the time, our mothers are not aware of what's happening. They don't know how to deal with these changes that are happening to them. They hate their family. They love you. They want to strangle you. They want to coddle you. There's so much going on, and it's exhausting. Just surviving in one skin is exhausting when you are menopausal, you know. And I want to believe my other sisters, my fellow women out there, you know, at least you have the privilege of being prepared naturally for menopause when you go through perimenopause, because your body is realigning itself, zhuzhing itself up in preparation for menopause. But for me, it was either the uterus goes or it eventually kills me. You know, I've always said, you know, you see the ovaries, they look like hands. Mine were reaching up to my throat. They were going to choke me to death. So it's okay that it went away. But I never got that preparation. You know, just the mental and emotional and even social. You need to be prepared to adjust to social situations whereby you feel whatever you're feeling, because we really have no control over these things, but they happen, and we are supposed to get over ourselves and move on and make sure the next people around us, especially the sons of Adam, we have to make sure that they are not uncomfortable with our whatever we are going through, whatever we are experiencing, and however we are dealing with it at the time, you know. And I think not knowing what to expect during menopause, I'm now talking on the part of men, makes it difficult for them to understand. They feel you are now too much, you are excessive in everything, and it becomes weird when men start complaining that you're not submissive or whatever. I'm not necessarily saying that's what my ex was saying to me, although he did complain that I was too much. He called me an alpha beach, you know. But anyway, that's c'est la vie. What can you do? Uh, so now you know, I have these things on my chest. I can't really call them breast disease or something. They are, at most they look like bee stings, like it's just an allergic reaction. I got stung by a bee and I swirled a bit around the chest. Don't get me wrong, I love my body. I do love my body. If there was an award for someone who is always wearing crop tops and tiny things, that will be me. So I'm just saying it's a fact. So because I have these things, I can get away without not wearing a bra. That's the thing. That's the blessing about having these things. So there was a time when I wanted to look a certain way, present myself a certain way, and I remember I bought quite a lot of bras. I had so many sets, like a lot. Now suddenly I'm Babs is in menopause, and you know what? suddenly started feeling like the bras were trying to kill me. They were squeezing the life out of me. During the glow moments, once you start glowing, you cannot afford to have any piece of clothing that's too tight. If there is a scissors, you take and cut it off, or just tear it off if you have that strength in your arms and whatnot. It's crazy. So, part of being menopausal, it's liberating because I don't wear bras. Like I said, they are bee stings, so they are very pecky. I don't know why I said that, but they are. They are. It's a fact. And I don't feel like they need to be, imprisoned by anything, any form of clothing. So I try to let them breathe while I'm also breathing. And there's the issue of I've seen some ladies losing their hair, but I've been going through the hair loss thing for longer than the menopause, so that's not part of the menopause. But I think I look good bald, and this is me saying this to myself because that's how I feel about it. Also saving a lot of money from buying wigs. Imagine with a wig and then I start glowing. It feels like my head is on fire. Everything apart from my skin burning, especially my head, my scalp burns so bad. Imagine having to yank it off. Maybe it's glued on and then it comes off with pieces of my skin. That will be a nightmare. But there is the issue of hair loss. You start noticing that your hair doesn't grow as much as it used to. I've always had bald patches, so that's neither here nor there. But it's the effect of menopause. And I think it has come in handy because women who are actually experiencing hair loss due to menopause can relate to me. We can have conversations around hair. And interestingly, a friend of mine, she has amazing hair. She comes from a family of beautiful, full-bodied hair. They have amazing hair. From her mother, her sisters, they look amazing with their hair. So my friend, she is also a hairdresser. Should I say no? She's a hair specialist. She does so much more than just dressing up your hair. It's a hair place is a spa for your hair and your scalp. So she started a support group, and I'm providing the emotional alchemy to the ladies, the support and everything, because I'm a therapist. So I have noticed how much hair loss affects women's confidence in themselves, because remember, hair is a form, it's a statement, it says so much. And being African means hair is even a form of communication. It says a lot about who you are, what you stand for, whatever it communicates. It's a form of communication. Now you have to make peace with having no hair. And like I said, I've been rocking a bald head for way longer than the menopause. So this is also my statement. Me being bald. I don't know what I'm saying. You can interpret it the way you like, but that's part of the statement anyway. Giving you the freedom, the liberty to interpret my baldness however you feel is appropriate according to you. And then there is the issue of having a very low to none at all, no tolerance for BS. I'm at an age whereby, and I think also being in my 40s now, I'm like, I really have no room for BS from anyone's child, whether it's the daughter of Adam or a son of daughter of Eve, son of Adam, it doesn't matter. I have no tolerance for BS, And I do speak out my mind. It's one thing that I love. I've always been very vocal. I've always been pro freedom of speech, it's always been my thing. But now, being in this space that I'm in, my body is going through so much already. I don't have time for BS. I don't have time for anyone's nonsense. I need to focus on me. And I'm not saying I'm now a selfish person. I'm very caring, and besides, therapy and being selfish, they don't go hand in hand, so you understand. But I don't have time for nonsense, for rubbish in my life right now. And I enjoy where I'm at. And if someone can't understand that there is no room for all this BS going on around, then you're not meant to be in my life. And I find it easier to cut off people. Like, if they are not serving me, if they are not adding any value, if they are not even making me laugh, at least just be someone who makes me laugh. If you can't do any of those things, what's the point of having you? I mean, what's the point of having a phone contact list that is 1,000 contacts, and you only talk to 2 or 3 people? So I would rather have a phone with 2 contacts than fill up my contact list with people that are not adding any value to me, that are of no use to me. So I've noticed that it becomes a threat, especially to men, when they see you are so independent, you don't have time for their bullshit, you're just doing your own thing. They feel very threatened, and then they become, I don't know whether it's an ego thing. I've not really put much thought into it. That's why I'm saying I don't know, because I don't think it's important, but it needs to be mentioned because other women may also be experiencing this. And then, so because they feel, from their position or from their perspective and how they perceive where they are in society, or whether it's professionally or whatever, Kali, I don't know, then they feel you are a challenge that needs to be conquered, that need to be overcome. And they want to have this what is it, this badge, that they are the ones who tamed you. Dude, you cannot tame a woman in menopause. I mean, there's something liberating about being in menopause. And you're not afraid to say no to rubbish. You're not afraid to mind your own business. I think this is the most amazing time to just mind your own business, and I think I'm doing a good job of it. Although sometimes not so much, but hey, it's life. I've never been this age before. I've never been in this space that I'm in right now, right here. So it's a learning curve. So there are misses. Sometimes I get it right, but I'm learning not to care so much about what other people think, or how they are perceiving me or viewing me, things like that. So that's part of the joys of being menopausal. You have no tolerance for BS. Zero fucks to give, no tolerance for BS. You are just living in your own space. And there's this burden, someone shared this post about this burden that has been put on women. I'm not sure who put the burden on us. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to try and explore that. Not right now. Maybe one day. It will do for a topic when we address who imposed this need for women to be strong. And personally, I identify as a marshmallow. I'm soft, I'm sweet, I can be stretched, but I snap back into position. You know, I'm colorful. I know I'm dressed in black and everything, but there is the colorfulness there in the black outfit and everything. I do love black. Let me say that. It does make my, I don't know, it does make me glow. It makes me pop out. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, it is for me. So I I feel liberated by being in this space, being menopausal, being in my 40s. I can relate to women in so many ways. And I think the other thing, I think that will be my last point. Uh, for not necessarily that is the first time today, but I finally understand my mom, you know. And it's unfortunate that she's no longer with us, and there are things I cannot tell her, but I'm sure she's hearing me, and she probably appreciates it. I hope she does, you know, if she can hear me where she is. And I finally understand her and appreciate her so much, because there are certain things that one as a child may not understand or fully comprehend, and not knowing where your parent is coming from and where they are going. But being in this phase of my life, I now have an understanding and appreciation of my mom, the woman that she was, the amazing woman that she was, flaws and all, she was amazing. And I'm getting to appreciate her so much. And it's amazing, with every life experience I get to appreciate her even more and understand her even more. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. So like I said, I will share my experiences with menopause. We'll talk about menopause and our work as society and the expectations and everything around menopause, how to deal with certain issues, what to do when you are having glow moments, how to take care of yourself, you know, what to look out for and things like that. So yeah, the Alchemy Lounge will be a space, a safe space for menopausal, perimenopausal women to come and sit and just be seen and be heard, because that is important. We all want to be seen and be heard and be valued, and this is the space for you. Until next time, have a beautiful, glowy week. Bob's out.